Right. All right. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning.
Please, sorry. May I know your name?
My name is Jerry Chisholm.
Okay, Jerry. You are highly welcome.
Yeah.
My name is Basi Edet. I'm interviewing you on the ground of my assignments for GLE program. I want to ask some basic questions in regards to climate change impacts that you feel, either socioeconomic, environmental, or otherwise. So please, I will wish you to give me a salient answer to these questions as it will be used for this assignment. And I assure you that it's just for academic alone and
Okay.
nothing else.
Okay.
All right, thank you. You have been hearing us climate change, and the impacts, and we have been seeing changes in our environment. Uh, what do you understand by climate change a little?
Climate change is actually what we see around us. Like for a while, we haven't been seeing it, and suddenly it started coming up. So when we feel all those kind of things, we feel like the
Climate
environment
changing.
is changing. You get. So we are actually humans. We have feelings. So when things are changing, we need to know. That's what I feel like climate
Thank you
change
so
is.
much. Is that a very basic and silent answer to that question? So, you have given us a basic insight to climate change, and nothing more than that. It's just the basic change that we observe in our environment. And please, how do you feel the impacts? What are the basic things you see around you that are not the way it used to be as a result of this climate change?
Okay. In terms of economy, some things have grown up, like some
Yeah,
things have went very up in terms of the food we buy in the market. Most of them have changed prices like
yeah, very big, very
like
high,
yeah,
skyrocket.
seriously. And at times the clothes we wear, most of them have gone so high that some people cannot even afford it.
Yeah, even me, I cannot buy it again.
Okay. So most of the accessories we make use of, some of them have gone so high, like in terms of the electronic parts. There are most of things that you can't even get now that you normally get before. So, and in terms of drugs now, even if you don't get money now, you don't fit treat
At all,
sickness you
at
get.
all.
So that's just it. Things are really changing a lot. Like things are really changing. We're really feeling it, especially in this Nigeria. That we are.
Yeah, sure. I assure you that even some weeks ago, I went to hospital. I was not able to pay some bills they asked me to pay because of how things are cost. So that's the socio-economic impact of climate change
Yeah.
in our economy in Nigeria. Yeah, and outside that, socio-economic impact, your environment, where you stay, where you go, what changes have you really observed? Especially maybe the erosion, heavy downpour, and otherwise. What do you really observe as a result of climate change in our environment?
Yeah. In terms of that, a lot has changed. As you can see our big gutter there.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
If I could remember that I heard it wasn't like this before. So that it's something that just changed. It's part of the climate change. Like it, it wasn't like this before, and it has really caused a lot of damages to us living around here. Because in terms of mosquito, in terms of rats, like you can't even bring your visitor around. Like sometimes we are ashamed of telling our visitors where we are staying because of the environment. It's very bad, like it's very bad, and nothing has been done towards it since then, and it's very bad, seriously. At times at night, if you don't have mosquito insecticide, you can't even sleep. Unlike like yesterday night, I barely slept because of the way mosquito was really disturbing me. Just because my insecticide finished, I couldn't even sleep yesterday. So that's just it.
Okay, thank you for that. And I want to add, outside the mosquito and heavy downpour that have really degraded our environment, especially this our roads, where we have now a very mighty erosions that have cut the whole street. And if in your house at night or daytime for the heat, how do you feel? Are we really feeling heat, or now it's getting colder and all those stuff? Which one are you really feeling? Is it the heat, or the weather is getting cold and mild? Which one, at night or in your daytime? Which one are you really feeling? Are you comfortable with the weather the way it is?
I'm not comfortable at all because the weather is actually changing at times. Like in the afternoon, it will be very hot that you can't even stay inside your house. You can't even have a siesta. Like the weather is very hot that you can't do some things you are supposed to do in the afternoon. But at night, yeah, we do experience a little coolness because there's no sun. So, but in terms of the afternoon, the weather is always hot, very hot. I should say that, very hot. And in the night, we do cook because at least NEPA used to help us at times, yes, because they've really helpful for a while now. We do sleep with light.
Okay, yeah, NEPA. Outside NEPA is let you say is a man-made or is a human way of mitigating the climate change. But some persons are complaining that the weather is highly hot at night than the daytime. Um, and I don't know if you are in consonance, you're in agreement with what some persons are saying, that the daytime is hot, but it's getting hotter at night. So, are you feeling the same thing or different?
No, not always. Yeah, like I told you, it changes. Not always, but many times we feel hot at night. Like for a while now, the the weather has been cool for a while now, but we don't actually know what will happen in the future because it may change as it normally do. You get. So for a while now, for now, we're enjoying the cool weather. But normally we do experience hot weather at night, and it's very bad because you can even barely sleep because of the heat.
Okay. Yeah, you just go to this the beds. How do you feel about the beds? How, like, the changes in beds, in forestry, like the trees and some a beds that you see around you? What do you observe? Have you seen the kind of beds you used to see before, or you're seeing new ones, or you're not even seeing any of them again? So, and then for the trees, how do you observe the trees over time as a result of this climate change?
Yeah, for a while now, I noticed that some trees barely bear fruit. Yeah, a lot around us here. Let me use this coconut as an example. When I came in here, we do have a lot of coconuts that you even get satisfied and even you don't feel like eating it. But right now, for a while now, not even for a while now, we barely have coconuts to eat. And that also goes to other trees around us. They barely bear fruits, right, these days. And in terms of the birds, me, I hardly see birds now. Seriously, I will not lie to you. I hardly see birds. I hardly see birds because I don't know if the weather is also affecting them. So for the birds, I hardly see them.
Okay. But you used to see them before.
Yeah, of course. Those days when we are small, we do see birds around us a lot. We do see birds around us. But things are actually changing a lot now these days that we hardly even see birds. We just see few of them, but not like unlike before. Before there were a lot of birds. If you're living around a place that has a lot of trees, you're supposed to know how it to be because there will be a lot of birds on the trees. So, but right these days, we barely see all those kind of things.
Thank you. Are you agree? Will you agree with me that that is as a result of climate change that have
Yeah,
pursued them? The weather or the climate is not favorable for them to survive in that environment again, and that's why they're looking for where they can survive better.
yeah,
Do you agree to that?
yeah. I agree with that.
Okay, thank you so much so far for this your responses to these wonderful questions. And I want you to advise the government, the private organizations, and individual. And what are the ways we can you think we can mitigate or control this climate change in our own basic knowledge as local people?
Um, I think the government really have a lot of role to play in this because if they actually provided some things we need to reduce this, we wouldn't have been experiencing this much. So I think the government really have to do a lot in terms of agriculture because we barely do agriculture these days in Nigeria. That's why the rate of food is very high because there's no more agriculture in Nigeria. Yeah, we barely. I went back to my village the other day. I saw a lot of empty lands, so people barely plant and people barely uh, barely plant these days. So I don't know. We really have to do a lot in terms of agriculture to reduce in terms of reducing the economic aspect. So in terms of reducing the weather, yeah, you said about you I heard you say something about man-made parts in changing of weather.
Controlling
So
climate change.
yeah, so I guess them providing electricity is one of the basic ways to minimize some of these things we're experiencing. So that is another one. Then in terms of the mosquitoes and the rest, I I strongly believe that they should they need a lot of role to play in this because I once heard that the government signed up a huge amount of money to get mosquito nets for the
Yeah,
public. So
citizenry.
that was citizens. But it was so shocking to me that I couldn't even receive that. I wasn't even a part that received the mosquito net. So I think providing a lot of mosquito nets will reduce this mosquito aspect and providing uh, some chemicals like things that can scare away these rats and stuff, all these insects that normally disturb everyone in the house. So I think if they are able to do something about this, we are not saying that they should provide all, but at least help help just show some help in this. Then the rest, I believe very well that we have a lot of rich people in Nigeria, so the rest rich people can fix up themselves. But in terms of us, we the pharmacists, they should try and help us.
Thank you so much. Do you also agree that afforestation or planting of tree, the replanting of trees will also help in mitigating this climate change as a result of reducing the high weather conditions both day and at night?
Yeah,
And also, I want to also agree that what you said about agriculture it has a whole lot of role, holistic role to play, not just to reduce food security, but agriculture will also control the climate change because of the relationship between the climate and the trees. So thank you so much for these wonderful responses. I I I really appreciate your time, and I assure you again that this is just for academic. I do not go any further than academic work alone. So I appreciate you, Mr. Frank, for your responses. Uh, God bless you.